Yo! Video games.
There's one movie that's also really fucking funny that I remember way back in the day.
No, not Grimace. Not
about
Grimace,
Martians that are literally like they had short actors in big Martian outfits. And one guy, the main guy, had glasses. They were all super green with the very generic looking Martian faces, but they wore like human clothes and shit like that. And they crash landed on.
I know exactly what you're talking because I remember the Drew Struzan poster.
Yeah, and it's super good. Them riding
like
a rocket,
surfboard
rocket in space.
Well, and I remember from the fucking Drew Struzan.
It's like Invaders or Invaders from Outer Space or something like that. It's actually, I have fond memories of that
Batteries
movie.
not included.
Round one.
It's not Mars Attacks. It's not Mars Attacks.
It's not Mars Attacks. I know it's only
Definitely
from,
not.
Only from the poster.
Spaced Invaders.
Yes.
Not Space Invaders. Space Invaders.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. That was absolutely it.
I was about to say, I'm gonna go get your fucking Drew Struzan art book out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out what the fuck that movie was.
Find it.
Definitely not Mars Attacks or Invaders M. Spaced Invaders. That is definitely it.
I have to find it.
Round two.
Thanksgiving.
Fight.
Go down.
Action Walks. Thanksgiving.
Bailey J. Thank you so much.
Apparently, like in Thanksgiving, after the cold turkey kills a chick by stuffing her, he goes, "Yeah, you're stuffed."
So there was another movie. I remember. I think it's called Monsters, and it starred Fred Savage as he. Was it called Monsters?
I think so.
Yeah, and it was like about the monsters that it was very similar to real monsters.
That or Little Monsters.
Little Monsters might have been it. Fred Savage, and he made like a monster friend, and they would go terrorize other kids and stuff like that together. And they lived in the underworld monster place, which was weird and creepy. A movie I barely remember, but I remember being pretty freaky when I was a kid. Pretty fucking scary. Little Monsters. Yeah, it's definitely Little Monsters. Long time since I've seen that shit. That shit's like on Netflix.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so who said it first? It was Batteries Not Included.
Yeah.
It totally was. Holy shit. So yeah, it was that old movie where the aliens were actually ships. They were ships, and they went into this apartment.
Oh, I remember this shit.
Yeah, they went into an apartment, and all the old people were like, "What is this?" And they're like,
it was starring like Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Yeah, it was crazy cool,
or
man.
Like a couple of guys that looked a lot like him.
Yeah, man. It was so cool. I remember that movie. That movie, I remember that as a kid. That was fucking great.
Yes, I
man.
do remember this movie.
Yeah, man. Batteries Not Included. Totally cool, man.
You know, the other thing about Batteries Not Included is like, people like that movie are stupid. Just kidding.
What the fuck did you say? What?
I'm offended!
You probably have no idea if that movie's any good or not.
Now? It's the same thing with E.T. If I don't remember E.T., but I remember it being good as a kid.
E.T.'s, it's not good.
Do you remember the plot of E.T. or anything that happened in the
government wants
I'm talking to Simmons here, never mind.
You want to know the plot?
No, you know.
Okay,
Simmons will tell you how the plot smells.
Plot started in a forest where a bunch of aliens came down to inspect the flora and fauna of Earth. They got spooked because some government people were trailing them. So they all went back up to the ship, but one guy didn't make it back, and that was E.T. And he wandered into a suburban neighborhood where there was a family where the kid Elliot lived with his sister, played by Drew Barrymore, and his oldest brother, and his mother, and their father was off somewhere on a job, somewhere in Mexico or whatever. I could go on, Steve.
Yes.
I can go on. I haven't seen this movie in like 10 years.
Give me all the information. I need it all in my brain.
Elliot's out in the woods with his bike, and he leads E.T. into his room with Reese's Pieces.
Got it.
Hides him in his closet, disguises him as a stuffed animal.
Stuffed animal.
He does, he stays at home from school with him by tricking his mom by putting his thermometer under the light shade to make it all hot, and then she thinks he's sick and got a fever, but then he doesn't.
Thermometer. Got it.
Simmons isn't explaining the plot. He's explaining every scene.
Every scene. Every fucking and every actor and what they said at each turn. Oh god.
Then he shows his little sister and older brother, and they're kind of in on it at first, and they hide him from the mom.
Yeah.
And then
E.T. dude.
Then E.T. spends the day like rummaging through their house, uses a speak and
Did you see this recently? When was the last time you see it? Be honest.
Like 10 years ago.
Oh my god. You said it hasn't aged well, but you haven't seen it in 10
years.
years.
It's not aged badly. It's just it's not fucking Amistad or something. You know, it's not like a movie.
Has Amistad not aged well, dude?
No. Amistad's like one of those movies that'll like change you. You know, kind of like, like holy shit, this happened. You know, stuff like that. Like, it's like an important movie to history.
Yeah.
Like Saving Private Ryan, Schindler's List, shit like that.
You know what movie changed me? Shaka Zulu. That movie, Shaka Zulu was crazy.
Never saw it.
Yeah, this was a movie about an African warlord that dominated pretty much, I think it was West Africa for the longest
Good
time.
shit.
Why was Zulu, like, the country?
Well, yeah, he's one of those things.
That's like
And every
warrior.
Yeah, well, Shaka Zulu was the king. He was the king of the fucking,
Shaka
Zulus.
mean the king?
Shaka
King of Zulu?
It was a old movie.
Yeah, it is an old movie.
Yeah, and man, like he was a ruthless tyrant. And at the end of the movie, he was a hero. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? It was insane. Some crazy shit going on. Oh god, get that perfect, bro.
E.T. is just a ripoff of Mork and Mindy. Except Mork and Mindy.
Woo! You didn't get the perfect though, who cares?
I did! I didn't.
No.
Let's see. No, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't get it.
I did not get the perfect.
Yeah.
The guy was a beta test grandmaster. That was the best Nash player I've actually fought.
Really?
Yeah. He was doing target combos and chain combos like crazy.
Yeah.
Page Master was real though. I saw Page Master. I read the book Page Master too.
You mean the animated movie?
Well, both.
Yeah. I remember the animated movie with
Macaulay Culkin.
Christopher Lloyd.
You know what aged
played
well?
the wizard.
You know what aged well?
Yes.
That I think it was not going to age well was the NeverEnding Story. That movie aged very
You
well.
watch it now and it's very much a kid's movie.
Yeah.
It's very much, but it's a scary as fuck
No.
kid's
What was
movie.
we were reading as we were watching it one time at your house, and like someone like you pulled up an article basically explaining why the movie's not good, and it was kind of like shocking because we were watching it as we were reading. We're like, they're absolutely right.
It was an article?
Yeah, it was basically saying like why the movie's not as great as you think it is.
I remember reading the
And
thing
they're like-
about how there's a rumor that the horse died on set. in the
It's
grounding
not
scene,
true.
but it's actually
No,
not
but they're
true.
talking about how like it's insufferably like depressing, like as story wise.
What?
Scenes?
Land Before Time?
Yeah, or NeverEnding Story.
Never.
Like scenes drag on forever with literally nothing going on.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a kid's movie.
It's actually not paced that well.
No.
It's
But
basically
it's
like
what
the
it
point of
is.
the
It
article
is
was.
super visually relative. It's got like back in the day, the special effects of that movie were like holy.
It looks
shit,
really
yeah.
interesting, but I think we were watching. We're
Well,
kind of right. We're like,
is
yeah,
that
there's
kinda
not a
how-
lot. Like, there's a lot of like just.
How we are with Avatar?
Eh?
Yeah.
Because the special effects as of now are really good, but you know,
Avatar's good. Avatar's good, but it's
a
not
decade
like
from
amazing.
now. Yeah,
The thing is with NeverEnding Story that I can appreciate is that it's got some scary as fuck things that kids should learn about.
Yeah.
Like the part where he has to face the giant sphinxes with the tits hanging out.
Those
and
are
they
cool.
blast
Yeah,
the
yeah,
shit
shit
out
out.
of
That
you.
was scary, right?
And he watches the guy go in and he gets murdered.
Yeah, he
It's
gets
like,
knocked
holy
out,
crap.
Yeah.
And the part where, of course, where his horse dies. And then after his horse dies, he gets chased by this, like, 9-foot tall giant saber wolf through the forest.
It was a dream. It was a dream sequence.
That wasn't a dream. That was actually happening to Atreyu.
Oh yeah, to Atreyu, but
Yeah,
not.
but
yeah,
it's in the
yeah,
book.
Yeah, it was
It's in the
yeah,
book.
That's right. I thought because
Explodium! Thank you so
at a
much,
point, I
Explodium.
think they were like hinting that the kid was dreaming that. Like,
No, it was the book, but the book was real.
Real,
The
right,
book was
yeah.
like in living within
Yeah.
the real world.
And he has to like.
Yeah.
I can't take the end of that movie seriously after Robot Chicken.
You know what was a travesty?
Never-ending Party.
Yeah, you know what was a travesty? Part 2.
Part 2 is really bad.
Yeah,
The
part
chick's
2 was.
getting rammed and she's just screaming, "Say my name!"
That's a
Fuck,
little.
I can't take the ending seriously anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's pretty gross.
Say my moon child.
That's-
You cannot fucking understand that kid in the movie when he says it. They literally have a sound effect of lightning blaring over the kid as he says Moonchild. Like, you have to turn subtitles.
Moonchild!
You know what this? You know what I would say if somebody's trying to practice for this game? I'd say play Street Fighter 4 with no focus cancel.
Yeah, play Street Fighter 4 without using focus shit. No backdash invincibility.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that's not like early on. Like the thing, if there's one tip I'll give you guys in Street Fighter 5, block.
Block.
Just wait for their shit to be done. Don't try to interrupt it, just block. That's an old Super Turbo thing that you need to get used to. You have to accept that you're going to take that chip damage. You're going to take it. That's fine. It's better than getting hit.
Oh shit!
Ow. And when they walk forward towards you, throw. That's the earliest recommendation I can tell you.
You remember that movie Little Nemo? Dream Master?
Never seen it.
Little Nemo.
Okay, I never saw the movie, but I did see.
Oh, it was rats.
I
They were
did-
all nice, right?
I did see the original. It's one with the kids in bed. I remember from the Nintendo game mostly, from Capcom. There I did see the original pitch, because that movie was in development hell forever, and Ghibli was at one point tasked with animating the movie, and they animated a single sequence for like sort of like a test demo, whatever. And they did it on 70mm film, and you can still find it, I think, online. It's just a kid like flying through a cityscape in his bed, and it's full of Ghibli goodness.
Ghibli goodness.
Ghibli goodness.
You win.
Damn, she got fucked up.
Only if you can get the noodles.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go for the noodles next round. If we get the same stage, I'm going straight for the noodles.
Noodles is the ultimate request.
Okay, so Little Nemo was the rats, right? The story of the rats.
No, the kid in the bed.
Kid in the bed. What was
The rats was Secret and Nymph. Secret and Nymph.
Good man. Good
Secret
man.
and Nymph. And I've watched that movie again, like within the last 5 years, and I was not impressed.
Really?
Very, very good visual.
Animated
movie.
was fucking
Animation's
amazing,
fantastic. The characters are really cool. This movie makes no goddamn sense when you actually watch it. It's like, why don't they just fuck it? You know, a lot of that happens.
I remember just the cool effects.
What? As all of a sudden there's magic and shit?
I actually
Yeah.
didn't see that movie until like a few years ago, and I remember Mike Young saying he rewatched it with his wife, Wesker. He's like, the movie it starts out okay, but then it's like it just goes into what the fuck territory.
Yeah, it just becomes like what the fuck, and there's like a Knights of the Round thing.
Yeah, he's just like
magic.
The solving to our problem is just fucking magic, like just full of magic out of their ass. Like,
They pull magic out of their ass.
Yeah, that's
like it starts off scientific.
Nicodemus is a great fucking character. Because that movie like hits you hard as a kid, because like characters die and shit like that.
Yeah, it's very dark.
It's
a
like,
dark
fuck,
fucking
dude.
movie, dude.
I grew up on fucking Don Bluth, though, so that's the thing. I'm used to like shit being dark and dreary.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, best movie ever. Not that movie.
But I remember watching a lot of American Tail and the first.
The American Tail.
I've never seen American Tail.
American Tail was actually kind of. I think it was sad. Wasn't it? Was it sad?
Very.
Yeah,
it has a happy ending, but like, holy shit, the imagery in that movie is just nightmare fuel.
Yeah, it's nightmare fuel.
Nightmare fuel, because they're basically. I may be getting the ties wrong, but I think they're imitating because they're doing it back in the 1800s.
Nightmare
fuel
fuel
being built in the movie. But anyways, they sort of simulate a persecution of Orthodox Jews in Russia, but with mice. And the mice have to evacuate as the humans are getting evacuated, or like ran out of their homes by the Russian army.
Right.
And so they have Russian cats exterminating and like driving out all these Jewish mice. And the cats aren't even cats. They're literally like demons.
What the
They are
fuck?
demon-ass beasts from hell.
That's scary.
Like they like
I
picked up a
definitely
whole
don't
house and they're like they have like giant claws and their ears are basically shaped like horns and they're just like and they have like giant fangs and they just shred houses and shit. And it's just like
fuck! As a kid, you're like, fuck!
Five
Will Goes West.
Will Goes West, best 90s movie. Never
Five Will
seen
Goes
it.
West. I remember that. I remember that. I love you.
And then there's the part where the kid gets fucking like thrown off the boat, this big like steel rig,
That was
steel
sad part.
liner,
That was
and he's
sad
in a bottle in the ocean, and
Yeah.
the wave turns into a fucking demon.
Yeah.
It goes, "Blah," which makes you terrified of the ocean.
Yeah.
Don Bluth had a thing. He had to have had like. He had to have like when I make a movie, I have to try to terrorize a child.
Everybody. Even the adults were like, what the fuck am I
Like it is
looking
a
at?
mandate. There will be there will be at least 2 to 3 terrifying sequences in this film. Kids need to be scared. And now kids love being scared, and they don't scare kids in movies anymore. They do it on fucking Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah,
and shit.
kids love being scared. They play Five Nights at Freddy's and PT and shit.
Because fucking kids movies won't scare them anymore for
Nope.
God knows what reason. Like, you know, before Jurassic Park, in the late 80s, we had the first Land Before Time. If you remember the first one, dark as fuck.
Yeah, mom gets killed by a big dinosaur.
A T-Rex is
Eats
a
the mom.
fucking T-Rex and fucking kills the mother.
Yeah.
It's like...
Land Before Time, baby.
You were scared of fucking T-Rexes from Land Before Time if you were a little kid watching that.
Yeah.
Like, by the time Jurassic Park 3 rolled around, we were like, oh yeah, it's a T-Rex.
You know they're making
Oh,
another
yeah.
one, right?
Land Before Time?
Yep.
Well, they've made like 13
You know there's like
of them.
13.
Yeah.
13 Land Before Times. You know there's also a whole bunch of Alpha and Omega. There is 4 Alpha and Omega
What
movies.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
some fucking how that happened. They've been pumping them out one a month. I
That's so
somehow
weird.
came across this. There's like
What is Alpha and
that
Omega?
horrible Alpha and Omega, which is like the super generic CG movie about those wolves. It's called Love. It came out a few years ago. There's 4 of those fucking movies now. It's crazy. Like they made 3 movies in a year. I swear.
Never heard of it.
It's insane.
Sharktooth was the name of the T-Rex. In
Sharktooth, yeah.
Someone was asking, is his name Scar? No, it was Sharktooth.
No, Scar is Lion King.
Lion.
Yeah.
Kindly.
You didn't know Sharktooth, did you?
No. I don't remember too much of that movie except for the fact that his mother
Steve.
died and made me